Quality versus quantity, a time-old question for any stacker out there. Is it better to have a pile of easy to liquidate bullion, whether it be gold or silver, or perhaps is it nice to have something a little bit special? There are some proof coins that I own that have 4x, 5x, even more on their lifespans, but they do not come without risk. For each one that I've made money on, there are some in my stack that have lost a lot. So what's better? I would argue very much in favor of just bullion, but at the same time, you cannot discount the opportunities out there for some quality within any stack. And in today's video, I want to share some of my insights about what is the right course of action when it comes to quality versus quantity. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining me for another Precious Metal Ramble, where we have a down-to-earth discussion about all things precious and shiny. Now today I want to talk about quality versus quantity. What's better? Is it best to have just a bunch of really low to the ground, very cool, easy value coins like sovereigns or Britannias or Eagles, whether they're gold or silver? Or is it perhaps a little bit wiser to have some more specialist coins, maybe semi-numismatic bits, stuff that perhaps has a little bit more value than the bullion weight to it? Or do we even go to the full extremes, just get all these sovereigns out of the way first, and go for a proof coin? There are a whole host of different benefits for each category, and as a seasoned stacker that has exposure to all of these types of investments, I wanted to share some of my thoughts here today about proofs, quality versus perhaps quantity, which is just going for something that's really, really low to the ground and easy to liquidate if and when the time comes for that to happen. Or perhaps do we go for a bit of an intermediary or a bit of a gamble, so to speak? Because, for example, the Queen's Beast coins, when they first came out back in 2016, it was late 16, I was just getting started in the world of YouTube and precious metals, and I remember the sentiment being not that positive about them, to be honest, but after a few months, they took off. They took off in a big way as well, and now these are really quite high premium timeless classics from an era that I look fondly back on from the Royal Mint. And certainly when you compare them to some of the modern Tudor Beast coins, they do lack somewhat of that specialness that they used to have. So, what's better? I hope today to be able to give you a bit of an overview of my experiences of my stacking journey, whether it be proof coins, semi-numismatic coins, or just bullion low to the ground coins. And I would love to know what you've got to say down in the comment section as well. So please feel free to comment and we'll have a good fun discussion about it. Now, there's two big approaches here. Weight, quality, and I should say weight in terms of quantity, and then quality in terms of things like proof coins. I have both of these categorized within my stack. As you can see, I have just a pile of sovereigns here, which are just that low to the ground, easy investment. You can see that I am holding them, I'm touching them. Oh my God, I'm touching coins with my bare hands. They are touching each other as well. That's fine. There are a lot of people who might cringe at this and think, oh my goodness, what on earth are you doing? But I need to remind you that these coins were designed to be in circulation, and so it does not matter. They are low to the ground bits of bullion. There's nothing special about them. And the benefits of having an investment like that is that they are super easy to liquidate. If I needed to sell these sovereigns right now, I could do so very quickly. I could either do it myself through various social medias here on YouTube or through the Silver Forum, for example, and I would get a fair market value for them. Or I could take them to a dealer and I would get paid the same day. It would be that simple. But there is a downside to having something like this, which is that you're realistically only going to get basically spot price or just a touch above if you do a bit of extra legwork yourself. And God knows I've had enough experience of that over the last 2 years selling other people's precious metals to know that it is very difficult right now in the world of reselling stuff. You really do have to be competitive. The dealers have all brought their premiums down on new stuff. Or you go for something a little bit more special. And I have, in fact, let's talk about the real special things on the table here, the proof coins. So I have, throughout my tenure of buying, had a fond spot for some of these proof coins. Now, it is important to remind you all that proof coins are a much more risky investment than your standard bullion. That's one of the negatives about them. And that's also a massive positive in the favor of just having a bulk batch of bullion coins. You can just get that low to the ground price and then you can sell it and be happy as Larry when you come to sell it. But there are some coins in this world that are very special and sought after, and that collector's market is not one to be ignored. This little housing is not wanting to come out very easily. There we go, it is out. And we have got this, the BU 5 Sovereign piece from 2017. Now these are absolute timeless classics from the Royal Mint, and there are only a certain number of them. And the benefits of these kind of coins is that limited nature gives them added value beyond their gold content, and that's a really important factor for a lot of collectors. And I have very much in my mindset a collector mindset, and there are plenty of others that do too. So there are a lot of people who will instantly scoff at the idea of paying above the odds of a metal price for a particular coin because it's a proof, and they will just discount it all completely. The difference here is about picking which coin is the best coin to go for. There is no doubt there is a flooded market of proof offerings from the Royal Mint, from the US Mint, from various different private mints and third-party mints all around the world. And it's grown massively. I can't stress how much it's changed since I got started. Realistically, when I got started, the only sort of proof coins that you could ever theoretically look to buy would be from the Royal Mint, that were any good anyway. There were some from other mints that were not that great, but did okay on the second-hand markets. But proof coins from the Royal Mint were the way forwards. And now there's every man and his dog offering special items and proof coins. So it's really important to get a grip on what is right for you in your own personal circumstances. And what I would say is, if you are investing in these kind of coins, it's about a long term, it's about trying to pick the best ones as well, rather than just going for those bits of garbage that perhaps are out there. And one thing that I will say as well about bits of garbage is that, for example, the recent release of the Silver Sovereign, there's a lot of people who were like, it's going to be really special to have the Silver Sovereign. It's just a money-making opportunity for the Royal Mint. It's a shameless degradation of their branding, of their history. And this is why I say, for example, with the Queen's Beasts 10-ounce lion here, that the history of the Royal Mint going back to this era, 2017 to 2000, I'd say sort of around 2021, 22, was so much more special than it is now. And they basically just cottoned on to the fact that they could milk people for as much money as they could. And then, of course, the Queen's death happened, and there were loads of other, basically ways that they could make money. One of the most interesting ways that they could make money was this coin, which is the Completer. Now, this is the platinum version. I don't have the gold proof version to hand, as it's locked away in some secure storage, but this is an example of how proof coins, if you pick the right one, can do very well. And picking the right one is a very difficult art. But for example, the Queen's Beast Completer, which many saw, and myself included, as a bit of a gimmick when it first came out, as a way to capitalize on the incredible international success that was the Queen's Beast series, seen very negatively. And I remember doing videos going, are the Royal Mint a opportunistic money-grabbing enterprise, or something like that? With hindsight, yes, they are. I think I ended up defending them in that because this coin looks so bloody good. And when you look at how the dust has settled on those coins, the Queen's Beast 1-ounce gold completer selling for 5 times its issue price. You heard me, 5 times its issue price. That's incredible. You can't do that with bullion. Bullion has at best doubled since I first got started in 2016. 5 times is very different. Now, that's not to say that all proof coins will 5x on your investment. That is most certainly not what I am saying and countenancing, but it is something to think about. I think there are a lot of different avenues and opportunities, and picking the right coins is really good. These are a prime example. So these are sealed in their Royal Mint in capsules in a bag. I'm not going to open these because these were sent in by a customer to sell for them on their behalf. And these are Oriental Border Britannias. I remember these being super popular back when we were doing the big European Mint Group orders, and people could get them for about £1 more than a regular Britannia. And at the time I thought, yeah, those are really good coins, really there's something special and different about them. Right now, these will sell for between £35 and £40 each per coin, whereas you compare a regular Britannia, you're probably looking around £28. So you can see that there's extra additional value to be had there. But that's not to say that every single coin that comes out from the Royal Mint will go on to do incredibly well. And in this current market that we are in, like these cipher coins here you see, you pretty much only get a pound or two more than spot price on these. Is very difficult. And part of this comes down to quality control as well. And I do genuinely think that the Royal Mint have really slacked off a lot in the last couple of years on their quality control. Britannia's, for example, getting milk spots all over the shop. They certainly weren't as bad as they used to be, and they are bad now. I have heard rumours that the Royal Mint are perhaps looking to try and fix this problem and address it, but for me, there's nothing I like worse than, I say like worse, there's nothing I hate worse than getting a batch of Britannias in and they just all look horrible and milky and horrible. And that's why, for example, my bulk stash, so if we're going to bring this full circle and talk about what I do and what I do best, is my full liquid bulk stash is in gold. The silver that I have is always going to be a bit of a premium because of the nature of silver here in the United Kingdom with the premium attached to it. And it's a little bit more difficult to sell instantly, for example, to a dealer. You get maybe £1 over for Britannias or spot for regular silver. But if you sell it independently, you'll get a little bit more. But it takes time. Gold, it's easy either way. That's the whole point of this. So my easy liquidity stack is in the gold, in bullion form, like this pile of sovereigns. But the proof coins are the really special ones. So I hope that's given a bit of insight and overview for my own experiences and my own personal stack diversity, I think. And diversity is the key message here. You are essentially diversifying your portfolio. You can't go far wrong with bullion grade sovereigns, for example. They are just that bread and butter thing. But it also ticks the box of being kind of a collector item, something a little bit more special than just bullion. And I have certainly been thinking more about that over the last couple of years, about that sort of long-term collector bug inside me, that legacy stack, if you will, of what I would like to have going into my golden years. I'm still a ways off going into my golden years, but you get my point. And I think it's always important to keep your eyes open to all the different things that are out there. And not everything is always about making as much money as possible. So yeah, I hope that's been of interest. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. It would be great to hear what you have got to say about these coins. If you're in the Cool Kids Club, I'm going to get you to quote the serial number of this set from the Royal Mint, number 701. So if you're in the Cool Kids Club, you know what to do. Otherwise, that is it from me. We'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.